The D-Day is finally here. Happy National Day, faithful televiewers. 50 years of national unity. The country is set for today's celebration. And President Paul Biya and wife Chantal Biya are back after a brief stay out of the country. He's expected to take part in today's celebration at the 20th May Boulevard in the nation's capital under the theme Defense and Security Forces at the service of the people for the preservation of social peace and national cohesion. The national chairman of the Social Democratic Front, John Frundi, has urged his militants to take part in the 20th May parade. This is contained in a statement released on Thursday, May 19. His call is in response to some SDF militants who have threatened to boycott the traditional parade after a series of conditions given by the government to take part in May 20 events. Following the evictions and the brutal, illegal and irregular destruction of houses in Dikalo, Bali at the Canton Bell in Douala recently, the collective of the sons, daughters and wives of Bonanjo have called on the entire Sawa community to take part or to make this May 20 a Black Day. According to them, it is an act of embezzlement carried out under the cover of the state and its administration, aimed at annihilating the Sawa people. The collective of sons of daughters have thus said they will take part in today's parade with black dresses. No more direct integration for ENS, the governor of the West Region, Awafonka Augustine, has called on the population to on peace, to adhere to peace in prelude to today's celebration. He was speaking yesterday. His excerpt.
The big message is that for peace, that we should work together in solidarity, and we should work for peace. Peace with ourselves, peace in our communities, peace in our country. Peace is indispensable in our lives and in any other thing that we can do. So it is not a slogan, it is something that each and everyone has to contribute towards to build a great nation.
Let's talk about education. No more direct integration for ENS and SET graduates. The Minister of Secondary Education, Professor Jacques Famendongo, has signed a press release ending direct integration of graduates from ENS and SET starting 2023, a decision taken by Ministries of Secondary Education and Public Works in order to put an end to the bribery and corruption for admission into these institutions. I love my country, Cameroon, a patriot monument inaugurated recently by the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Celestine Kecha Cortes. Colette Loom tells us more.
Here is what is trending in the nation's political capital, the talk of all, the patriotism monument.
This monument signifies love, patriotism, a beautiful monument made by the president. So me, as a Cameroonian, I'm happy to be a Cameroonian.
The charm of this newest, latest, hottest monument at the Prime Ministerial Runabout is breathtaking, evident as many rush close by every now and then, taking snapshots of these succulent, charming, glamorous, beautiful works of art, with a patriotic message inscribed on the giant cup that sits on the foundation, which we shall be calling the Foundation of Sportsmanship. Right at the top, you find two hands guiding the map of Cameroon, and within the periphery of this monument, we notice 3 water fountains, animated water fountains that glow at night alongside every other part of this monument. And along with it, we find many parts that will give visitors the much needed comfort they need. As the authority chose to immortalize Cameroon 50 years of unity commemorated this year in Grandeur, I love my country, Cameroon. And as a bilingual Cameroonian, j'aime mon pays, le Cameroon. Inaugurated May 18, 2022 by Minister Celestine Kachakotes of Housing and Urban Development, a monument in honor of Cameroon's national unity with its imposing structure, baptized monument of the patriots. The edifice, built in 8 months, seated on a surface area of more than 3,000 square meters, this charming piece of art can be spotted from a distance over a mile radius, and the image only gets better with amplitude. Great! A new monument, though some school of thought have it that with the persistent food crisis in the country, high rate of unemployment, increased poverty, suffering, most especially the ongoing crisis in the English-speaking regions of Cameroon, floods in the nation's political capital, and many other problems plaguing the country, the huge fund realized in putting up this edifice would have been used to resolve humanitarian issues. Nevertheless, some Cameroonians are thought optimistic for a governance with equal opportunities for both French and English-speaking Cameroonians, since this patriotic monument set the pace for a union that has been existing for 50 years now. Yes, 50 years of disagreement, hoping to agree this time around because people disagree to agree. After this day, hoping for a united Cameroon in action and not in words, since the only constant is change.
We now talk about health, as a workshop on the evaluation of a health project aimed at improving the health situation in Cameroon has been organized in the nation's capital, an initiative of the Ministry of Public Health. Colette Loom once again.
A 190-page project is under scrutiny in a workshop in Yaoundé titled Strengthening the Regulatory Framework to Upgrade Ethical Review of Clinical Research and Drug Safety Monitoring in Cameroon, an initiative of the Ministry of Public Health. In the opening session, the Secretary General at the Ministry of Public Health declared open the study and execution of this health project, which has come to ameliorate the health situation in Cameroon.
Je déclare ouvert l'atelier de validation des directives pour la conduite de ces cliniques au Cameroun et du guide de procédure d'évaluation éthique et administrative des protocoles de recherche en santé au Cameroun.
During the launch, he equally thanked Minister Manauda Malashi for such a milestone in the health sector in Cameroon and dwelled on the imperative of good health and the importance of the project to the health of Cameroonians. Regarding the imperative of this project,
will be give to the researcher and somewhat to the participant of the research. We think that when they will be available, all those who are concerned by the clinical research will be aware of what are the rights and what are the obligations.
As a means of promoting research,
protection of the population, protection of the participants in clinical trials, and the second thing will be necessarily also the promotion of research. As you know, Africa is only producing 2% of the drugs that is, the population is using, and there is currently a lot of dynamic in the continent to strengthen the pharmaceutical sector. But these strengthening activities cannot be done if we don't have also a regulatory framework for clinical trials, to give a guidance to the researchers and also to the population about what can be done, what cannot be done. To seek and get the funding for this project, because I need also to mention that the project is fully supported by a grant from the EDCTP, the European Developing Country Clinical Trial Partnership. And the second thing is also we provided the expertise to the Ministry of Health to develop the guideline.
A green light in the health sector in Cameroon, since health is wealth.
FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. This is Elvis Nupue, a Cameroonian referee, selected as one of the 69 assistant referees to officiate the football competition. He will be assisting Papa Bakariga Sama, the Gambian referee who was or has faced accusations of corruption by the Algerians after they lost against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon during the playoffs in March. 36 central referees and 24 officials specialized in video assistance to refereeing have been selected. That was it for today's edition of Prime Flash, produced by Junior Pelama, with the technical assistance of Mancho Robert. Thanks for watching, faithful viewers. You have more stories on our 3:30 p.m. Prime Info with Gladys Momotongina, and at 6:30 p.m. Prime News with Fon Quinta. Coming up next is The Brief with Lashe Kingsley and Gladys Momotongina. Have a nice time.
My Media Prime TV, the African Eye.